UFC Vegas 39 weigh-ins were an absolute sloppy mess. Sloppy mess. Jared Gooden missed weight. Mackenzie Dern made weight, but like at the last minute. They brought in a last-minute replacement for Phil Hawes. He makes weight. Phil Hawes says, I don't want to fight somebody in 24 hours notice. And now there's rumors that James Krause is going to step up and fight the last-minute replacement that weighed in to fight Phil Hawes. It's crazy. It's a mess. I'm still going to walk through DraftKings for you. We only have 9 fights official. 9 official fights. If James Krause somehow gets licensed and actually fights, they'll add him, and we'll talk about that. I would take James Krause over Curtis if that happens, just for your sake. But let's walk through this. So I'm going to sort this. We're going to talk about these fighters, their value, who should or shouldn't be in your lineup, who makes sense, who doesn't, and we do not have a lot of options. We have 18 fighters. There's 6 fighters in a lineup. Literally 1/3 of the entire roster will be in your lineup. This is a weird, sloppy card. Alexander Romanov, $9,200. He probably should be in your lineup. I bet the over on rounds because Jared Vanderaa is tough. Romanov lost some stock in his last fight, in my opinion, but he's still a monster, a beast, a nasty wrestler. Probably going to win by stoppage, but I don't think it's going to be in the first round, but he'll probably win by some sort of ground and pound stoppage. He's probably worth the $9,200. Garcia over Ontiveros. Listen, 9,100 is a lot to spend on that. We got long layoffs, people coming off of losses. I don't know if I'm going to spend $9,100. Ontiveros gets in every loss is a knockout. He gets stopped in every loss. He's not a very good fighter. He looks for ways out in fights. He takes ways out in fights. That's what they're betting on here. But when he's on, he's on. So I'm not touching that, and he's wild. So I'm not going to touch that at $9,100. I'll leave Steve Garcia alone. Phil Hawes is out of here. Take a look at Chris Gutierrez at $8,900. Nasty kickboxer. Tons of low leg kicks. I think there's a stoppage. He probably gets it. I think he's worth it. I think he's worth the $8,900. I'll take him over Gutierrez for sure. Over Garcia for sure. Randy Brown is my favorite pick on this card. $8,800 is not a ton of money. I think this is an absolute murder. And we just saw Jared Gooden barely, actually he didn't make weight. He missed weight by 3 pounds and he barely made it to the scale. So I'm good with Randy Brown here. $8,800. I think he's worth it. He's absolutely worth it. He's in my lineup for sure. Lupita Godinez was 1,000% in my original lineup. Then she got a new opponent. Lupita versus Sam Hughes murders her. Lupita versus Juarez, much tougher fight. Much tougher fight. Striker versus striker. Like, this is a much tougher fight. She probably should win. $8,600 is not a bad spend, and she's a very good, tough, skilled fighter. Her opponent is a much harder opponent. We talk about it all the times. DraftKings does not reassess your value. They leave your value where it is when you get a new opponent. And that's what's going to be interesting, not to go backwards here, but that's what's going to be interesting if Curtis, who was valued at $7,200 versus Phil Hawes, if Krause steps up, he might be worth $7,200. So those are the expensive fighters that I like. I don't like Nicolau in this. I think Tim Elliott's going to win this fight. Tim Elliott is in my lineup. Nicolau's very good. Nicolau's very talented. He's probably better than Tim Elliott everywhere, except here, right? Tim Elliott's a savage, and he'll keep coming forward. He will do it sloppily, and he will make mistakes on the ground, but he will come forward, charge forward, make it ugly, make it dirty. And at $7,700, Tim Elliott is in my lineup. And we look at his points, even in losses, 45, 44, in losses. Because look how many takedowns he gets. He's relentless. He comes forward. He makes things happen. Tim Elliott's in my lineup for sure. I think he wins, but even if he doesn't win, he's so inexpensive and you can get a solid play there. Sabina Mazo, $8,300. I think she dominates this fight. Listen, Maria Agapova, her opponent, will come out guns blazing, swinging like an animal, trying to win the first round. And then if she doesn't, if you watch her last fight, gas is hard. Gas is hard. Some of the worst gas. I've never seen somebody go such an extreme like that. It was insane. And that's going to be a problem for Agapova. And that's going to be great for Sabina Mazo. Long, rangy, very good striker. Good jiu-jitsu as well. Terrible takedown defense. Very hard, not great at working to the cage and standing back up. But I don't know if Maria Agapova is going to be able to make this happen. So I like Sabina Mazo. $8,300 is good money to spend, in my opinion. And then let's take a look at Jackson and Rosa. So listen, Damon Jackson is the favorite. Damon Jackson probably wins. I don't think he's as good of a clean boxer as Charles Rosa is, but he's good wrestler. Good wrestler. We've seen Charles Rosa on his back looking for submissions and go nowhere with it. So, you know, it's a tough fight. It's a tough fight. If they just stay striking the whole time, Charles Rosa could probably win a boxing match, but his chin is super suspect. If they grapple, Damon Jackson can hang and hold Charles Rosa down. So it's an interesting one. $8,400. I'm probably not going to spend it. And I actually prefer Charles Rosa in this fight, even though my pick, it's a weird situation. My pick was Damon to win, but my bet is on Charles Rosa to win inside the distance or decision, no action. If he gets a Hail Mary submission, if he doesn't, I get a refund. But $7,800 is good money to spend for a legitimate veteran like Charles Rosa that has the savvy, has the skill set. His chin's a bit weak, but he is a survivor and he could make something happen. So I don't mind him at $7,800. Listen, like I said, this is a weird card. I have Marina Rodriguez winning this fight. If you think Mackenzie Dern wins this fight, grab her. We're talking about a $200 difference. If Mackenzie Dern wins, it's going to be a ton of points. It'll be a submission. It's going to be a ton of points. If Marina wins, will also be a lot of points, but either a TKO or just beating her up on her feet, defending takedowns, smacking her around, and scoring there. So you can pick whatever side you want. I like Marina at $8,000. If you're on the Dern side, she's definitely worth the money at $8,200. I'm just not on that side. Go to wewantpicks.com/DraftKings. We have a free DraftKings league. Join the league. If you win our weekly free contests, we pay you. Send you $15 if you're a subscriber. If you're a member, I send you 30. Join the league. It's free. Comment down below. I'm very curious what you guys think here. I almost hope James Krause does get added, does get that fight, because that'll make things a little more interesting. Only 6 fighters in a lineup, only 18 fighters available to draft. This is a mess. This is a mess. Don't force anything. If you haven't committed to entry fees yet, maybe this isn't the week to do it. Just do our league. Try to win some money for free. wewantpicks.com/DraftKings. Check out our betting guide, our Monkey Knife Fight videos, and everything else that we do.